I'm Jeff.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry. And that's not Jeff.
This is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock. Episode 93, and we welcome back our fearless leader, Jim. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Jaime.
Insert.
No wonder things are in a disarray. I didn't know I was leading.
See?
You're the first J. Come on.
Nothing's changed. There's good to have you back.
Frank and I are just filling up the logo.
There you go.
I'm like the Queen of England. I'm just a figurehead.
Yeah, it's all good. Wouldn't be the same without you.
Yeah, good point, Jaime. Frank is Parliament.
Funkadelic.
Good point. Yeah, Mr. Clinton himself.
We had Jeff fill in for a couple episodes.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey.
He did a great job,
Yes,
and but it's good to have you back just the same.
Yep, good to be back. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Even though I got to do that little cameo last episode, it just feels, I don't know, it feels like just way too long.
Oh, that was a teaser. Yeah.
Oh, we had a little sabbatical, and then we did a show or two, and then you had to take a couple of weeks off, and hopefully as time goes on and your work schedule gets back to normal, we'll get back to a normal flow of things.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Right off the bat, Jim, I have to know what's in Jim's fridge.
Okay, this is something I've wanted to add to the collection for a long time, and it's something I should have added to the collection for a long time, but finally have it. I'm excited to have it in my possession.
Oh, Killers, the German edition at that. Very nice.
German pressing. You can tell by the non-SS.
Yes.
Non-SSS.
Oh, yeah. Non-SSSs.
So not on pink vinyl or anything like that, just black vinyl pressing, but
it all sounds the same.
Done, yeah.
You know, had the CD
does.
Forever. I can't even, maybe I had even had the cassette at one time. I don't recall, but excited to have that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well done.
Now, does that round out the Kiss collection at this time?
No, there's a few more things. I've got something else coming for the fridge.
All right. Sounds good. But you know what? It's so cool. You have to keep it on ice.
So
right?
cool. You got to keep it on ice, man. That's all there is
man.
to it. And the fridge lasts much longer than the igloo.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Gotta say.
Man.
Yeah.
I loved the iglue bit, though. I gotta say
great.
that was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was. And the Postatron.
The Postatron, yeah. My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I have a mail call, and mine basically is I'm kind of playing catch up on some albums that I had once upon a time, or maybe I had them on cassette, or not necessarily on CD, but I'm things are coming out on 180 grams, so I'm picking them up.
Yeah.
And this is nothing new or exciting to a lot of people, but it is the actual repressing of Quiet Riot.
Wait, there's a repress?
This is the repress, just came out. 180 gram from No Remorse. It's packed with the poster, the lyric sheet, all that fun stuff.
Wow.
I think I bought it through Merch Bar, if I'm not mistaken. But
okay, so the question then is, did they release Quiet Riot 2 on a repress also?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah. The booklet, lyric sheet.
Wow.
Really nice. Lots of neat photos in there, live stuff. And then I don't know. I've never saw the original album, but I'm sure if it was released in Japan, it came with a poster.
No poster, but it did have a lyric sheet.
Okay. Very nice. And on the back of it, it does say originally released in Japan only in 1978, issued under exclusive license by Hands On Productions, LLC, Quiet Riot, 2022.
Wow.
I could not for the life of me understand why that was never
released
here. All we ever got was the
that best of
Quiet Riot, the Randy Rhoads years or whatever. And I thought, why are they not releasing this? Everybody wants it.
Yes, it would have sold back then so much. Well, now all us old geezers are picking this stuff
Right.
up, but
Old geezers. Yeah.
back
I
then,
actually saw a copy of Quiet Riot 2 at Aaron's Records. That's how long ago it was. I don't know how long Aaron's has been gone now, but easily 20 years.
Right.
And it was over $100 then.
Back then, yeah.
Right.
I think if you looked on eBay, it'd probably go for $400 or $500 now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not that many were pressed, and it was Japan. So, anyways, well, I'll put that in later.
People don't let those go.
No, not at all.
And rightly so. I actually have the original pressing of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You may notice a few episodes ago, I did buy a bootleg of that, had the black and white cover of this.
Yes.
Wasn't 180 gram. The sound quality was good. It was just taken probably from the original, but this here sounds really good. So there you go.
Very cool, Frank. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice packaging.
Yeah,
it's nice that they added all the color photos and everything.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's just not enough Randy Rose out there. That's the sad part about it.
Yep.
It's not.
Way too
All
soon.
right. Well, let's go ahead and move straight ahead. And I know, Jerry, you've kind of got a juggernaut of a tune for us tonight. I hope we can hope there's enough bandwidth and time to get your song in.
I agree, Frank. We'll have to plug in the external hard drive to keep up. The name of the band, or a dude, it's, guys, how I like it. It's Fuguers Cove. It's Fuguers. I hope I'm not destroying that. Fuguers Cove, out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And the name of the album is 60 Very Short Songs, although there's 70 on it. I looked. The song Frank's gonna spin is Rubber Band Frog. And this is a one-man band. His name is Justin Bendel, Bendell. And that's one of the ways to get a hold of Fuguers Cove is justinbendel.com. Fuguers Cove is a prolific lo-fi garage rock, dub, punk, psych rock, and power pop project based in Albuquerque. I like this guy.
Yeah.
The band started in Chicago in 95 as a 4-track mess, inspired by early Beck and guided by voices, and has morphed into whatever it is now. Justin Bendel writes the songs, sings the words, plays the instruments, and records the sounds. They are always working on their next 10 albums. So thank you, Justin, for getting back to the show.
Yep.
We emailed him for a bio. And again, Fuguers Cove is on Facebook, Reverb Nation, YouTube, Twitter, justinbendel.com, and also on bluecornerrecords.weebly.com. Or I think if you just search Blue Corner Records, you'll find his stuff. But again, Justin Bendel, Fuguers Cove, one-man show. Rubber Band Frog is the tune. Right. At your convenience, Frank. Thank you.
Late at night on a summer drive, gonna blow the lights out, gonna burn a light, feel like the winter, feel like the sun. Find the hard job. Everything we've done, just spells it out like a rubber band frog. Gonna sing our ourselves like we all belong. Just spells it out like a rubber band frog. Gonna sing ourselves like we all belong.
Well, there's a minute and 30 seconds. I'll tell you what, when I first heard the music I initially thought of, presidents of the United States of America because of the
real simple,
quirky, easy tunes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. What'd you think, Jim?
Well, from the incident it started, I thought like, oh, kind of a Rod Stewart vibe almost, right? But as it went on, you know me, under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's loving it.
Yeah. I liked it. I like simple rock and roll. So
same here. Yeah. Nice. And
I thought it was cool. He's almost got like a British accent.
Almost.
Right? Am I wrong there?
No, I thought
same a couple.
Yeah. I was like, that is so unusual. And I thought, no, the guy's from Chicago, right?
Albuquerque,
New Mexico. Yeah.
Or started in Chicago, ended up in
95, mid-90s.
Mexico. Yeah. Anyway, cool little ditty. Not
little ditty.
Good little medium rock song.
Fuguers Cove. Thank you.
Now,
when you say Beck, guided by voices, lo-fi, I'm in.
Yeah. Right. Same here. I got my Beck on back in the day. Yeah. Dog approves.
Dog approves.
Yeah. I tell you, I downloaded the album because it said 60 tunes, and I got 25 or so in, and I'm like, I can deal with this. This is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact that someone's got that many ideas to throw out there on an album in the first place is pretty darn cool. Fun little bit, because if you give the album a listen, you'll find out the songs are all different. It's very varied. Yeah. You listen to Pink Floyd and they do long songs, but they all sound the same. The Wall was the same song for 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is
vocal variations on the same theme, right?
So I applaud this because it is something completely different than what we normally listen to.
Yes, I like it. Fuguers Cove. It's Justin Bendell, Bendell, and it's his baby. JustinBendell.com. And again, Fuguers Cove is on all social media under Fuguers Cove. But thank you, Justin, for getting back to the show.
I'm glad you got the album because I would have mispronounced his name. You go figure it. So
he emailed him when I got the email back. We were getting close to, it was yesterday or Saturday, and I thought I should have asked him how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Like Fuguers or Fuguers. But I'm going with Fuguers. Just all my English training in school and the way it's spelled, I'm going with that, Justin. If it's Fuguers Cove, I apologize. But I know I can pronounce Justin Bendell, BENDELL.com. I can pronounce that. So
quick question then. If it's 70 songs,
yes,
I'm guessing they're all fairly short.
Oh, the header is I'll have to look it up, but it said no song more than what was it? Well, I don't have it handy, but no song longer than 2 minutes, I think. Frank, is that right?
You've got some 30 seconds.
Man after my own heart, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
they're scattered all over the place. It's funny. Yeah,
it is, and it's like Frank said, it's varied. It doesn't go down a path.
Very cool.
All right. Okay, moving forward, episode 92, I picked the classic album and we shot it out to Jim so he'd make sure he got a listen. But the album was Let It Scream by The Scream.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Never heard of them.
Released in 1991. John Corabi and also Scott Travis, who later became the drummer for Judas Priest, was with the band for a while. I don't think he's on the album.
No, he wrote a tune that's on the album, but I think Priest offered him the gig and he was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you can't pass that up.
No.
But the album came out in 91, and I remember back in 91, I picked up the cassette. It was back then when they did the digi cassette singles. I think it was at Music Plus, and it was 99 cents or whatever. And it had Man of the Moon and one other song on there. And like, oh, I can't wait for this to come out. And as soon as it came out, I ran out and bought the album and was hooked.
It's very good.
It wasn't long after that, Corabi jumped ship, went to Motley Crue. And these guys got another singer, and I lost track of them, and so did the record companies.
So did everybody else. Yeah,
this was the only record off of Hollywood Records that had a major release. I think the second one was an independent deal. But that being said, you had gosh, 12 songs on this album. And like I told Jerry, a saxophone solo for him, just the same. Thought he might appreciate that on one of the tunes.
You are right on track, Broheim.
Now, I did not care for the song Father, Mother, Son. That's the only tune. He does this a lot. A lot of his songs, he reminisces about his mom and dad and family and all that kind of stuff. And it just, for as a hard rocker as John Corabi is, I just, that's the weak link on this album for me. So you'll know if you're picking your tunes for me, it's not that one. I'm telling you.
I appreciated that song.
I did too.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit
yeah.
with the theme of the whole album to me. You know, it was kind of misplaced. And I've seen him
especially with the title like Let It Scream.
Right. I've seen him do a lot of acoustic shows and he nails them. This guy can play and sing, and it was Corabi's band. That's just all there is to it. Anyways, that being said, I will say my favorite track on this 1991 debut of the Scream was Give It Up. So Jerry's smiling. He's smiling because what does the Jerrytron say? Very good.
As soon as I heard the riff, Frank, I wrote Frank next to it.
And there's
literally as soon as I heard 30 seconds of that. Yeah. All right.
Take Jim a little longer to get back in the groove, but what did you say, Jim?
Well, there were three. I thought that opening riff on Outlaw, I thought like,
yeah.
I did that too.
Yep.
But and Give It Up was in the mix. But ultimately I chose I Don't Care.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yep.
But not your pick.
But not this time. No.
I never nail his, and it's always like, what's the riffiest song? And he claims to be the riff rock guy, but then
that's it.
Pick what you think is the riffiest song.
It worked for me on this one. So. Honestly, I made 30 seconds in, I wrote Frank. I have my notepad, you know, and yeah.
Oh, I did that a few times, so I had to narrow it down. But.
All right. Well, that being said, Jerry, what was your favorite track on this album?
My favorite is I Believe in Me. And I have next to my notes, riff, sax, solo.
Right.
Word up, Frank. Very good.
Yeah, that was an automatic.
And it, guys, it's a real saxophone. It's not a keyboard. Because I remember when I first heard it, I'm just rocking along and the sax comes in. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But it works.
Good
and they outro
tune.
from the sax into a solo. Yeah. Oh, well done, Frank. Love that.
It really shows you how close a good saxophone, alto sax, and a guitar solo are so close. They're in that same family. Sounds so good.
I've never heard that transition.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Jim, what did you pick for Jerry?
I'm wondering now if I wrote down the wrong title. Is that the only song with the sax solo?
No. There's
Tell me why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the real kind of funk infused one, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the slap bass and everything else going on.
I got next to my notes funk, keyboard, electric piano, sax.
Right. That was the one I picked for Jerry.
Well done.
It's a good song.
Done.
And a little more, again, a little out of place for this album because that song is funky.
It comes in filthy funky when it starts. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's a little, well, if you think about it, that's right on the backside of that whole sort of funk rock trend that lasted about 20 minutes. Who's the band?
Chili Peppers.
Extreme had some of that vibe, and there was one other band that, and
little Faith No More going on there at that time, you know.
Right. So they were a little bit on the backside of that with that song, but they had already been playing these songs live by the time the record came out. So one of the things I did kind of appreciate about this record was the fact that it didn't all sound the same.
No.
That there was a track like that. Maybe it wasn't my favorite track on the song, but you know, and they broke it up a little bit, and it wasn't all just straight hard rock. There was some very bluesier stuff. They had the song, and
well, and you know what it didn't have, even though, you know, the one tune I was talking about, Father, Mother, Son, it's not the standard rock ballad.
No.
Right? They didn't fall into that trap where everybody had to do the ballad. So, Jim, let's hear about you. What was your favorite pick on this album?
Okay, you guys probably maybe nailed this one. And again, this is like my favorite today.
Right.
Exactly.
But I thought this was a little. I appreciated this was just a little bit different because of the backing vocals that were going on, and but it's Love's Got a Hold on Me.
Oh, booyah.
There we go.
Booyah.
You gotta go just a little higher there, Frank. There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
You too, Jerry? What'd you say?
Booyah. Booyah.
Maybe a little
Another perfect show for the Terrytron, folks.
And
I
that
love it.
that is why I picked that song for you. Very commercial. It had that radio appeal. It wasn't extremely long, but it had a good toe tapping radio type vibe to it.
Not the song I would have picked in 1991, but
little guitar sounding to me. That guitar sound, yeah. I put little guitars.
Overall, such a good record. And I mean,
produced by Eddie Kramer.
Right? I saw that on purchasing the UCD. He showed me the cover opened up and then the back, and it's Eddie Kramer, and I was like, oh, all
right.
But this is good, Frank. This is a good. Well, that's why I got it. So
I have to dig my CD out. I think mine's actually signed by John Corabi, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
interesting thing. I mean, as I was going back, kind of re-listening to this, like all the songs are really solid.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. There's no duds.
My only gripe song was probably Outlaw because it just sounds so like kind of typical of the time.
Predictable.
I was like, like hearing it now is like, oh well, okay,
yeah.
Sounds like everything else from the moment, but
yeah.
But you know, when they started, 3/4 of that band were from Racer X.
Exactly.
So like
big departure though from Racer X music.
Yeah, but high level of shit. Exactly.
Right.
Expect.
You got jittery on us there for a second, but must be the heat.
Yeah, he's
anyway.
out.
What I was saying is extremely high level of musicianship.
Oh yeah.
Right? Exactly what you expect from Racer X.
Weren't they all MIT graduates?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think so. So, all right. Well, that's The Scream with Let It Scream. And we'll get to your classic pick, Jerry, in just a little bit. So hold on to that.
Yep.
What I've got for you guys, and as far as new music goes, I presented this album last episode, Maple Mars. Someone's got to listen. Our friend Rick Ramatica, he writes the music and lyrics, and he's one of those guys that just does a little bit of everything, and he's got all the talent to back it up. This band consists of Rick on guitars, vocals, and keyboards, Steve Burns on guitar, Ron Pack on drums, and Joe Giddens on bass, if I said that correctly. Anyways, this album just came out July 22nd, and Jim messages me and says, "Hey, are you going to the record release party?" And nope, I missed it. I looked online, looked like it had a whole lot of fun. They played, they had a good showing, and sorry I missed that. But they've got a few other albums out you can check out. These guys have been around for a while. This is a new release that you definitely want to check out. I don't even know how to categorize it because they look at themselves kind of psychedelic rock, prog rock almost. I don't know. But the song that I'm going to play for you is called Sleepwalking. It's one of my favorites off this album, and it goes like this.
Sleepwalking in the rain, in the daylight, trying to survive what could be a long night. Taking the last train to the far reach, making up for lost time. Follow the path down the rabbit hole, through a trail of deceit. Digging your way to the other side, where the secrets are sweet. struggle and fight, running for your life on an endless track. Oxygen's running low. Fever has overtaken your limbs, shivering down to your bones, to your bones. Standing in the forest, wondering what it all means. Roaming through a slumber on a cloud, captured in a dream. Trails of hollow trees and razor grass beneath your feet. Wandering through a lonesome nebulous haze. Watching the seagulls take their dives into the sunset scene. Waking to find the morning light is bleeding by the sea, by the sea. Standing in the forest, wondering what it all means. Roaming through a slumber on a cloud, captured in a dream. Standing on a high rise, gazing at a city through a tear. Sleepwalking in the rain, in the daylight, trying to survive what could be a long night. Taking the last train to the far reach, making up for lost time.
All right, there's Maple Mars with Sleepwalking off the album Someone's Gotta Listen. Let's start with you, Jerry. What did you think about that tune?
I like that very much. Those guys know what they're doing. It kind of takes me back in time, certain parts of the tune.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they know what they're doing. Very
Yeah.
nice tune.
All right.
Well produced, everything. You can hear everything. It's equal. Yeah, Maple Mars. I like
All
it.
right. Jim, what are your thoughts?
I like it. I love the way it's produced. I love the dynamics in the song. Fantastic. Well engineered. Sounds contemporary, even though it's a little bit of maybe a little throwback in style. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was produced by Rick Ramotica and Steve Burns. So they put this together themselves and did a fantastic job. That's a busy song when you
That's
really
well
listen to
done.
it.
Very well
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Really break it apart. There's a lot going on there. And you're right. It takes you back to that late 60s sound, but with a modern touch to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's definitely there's a genre for that. And what I really was impressed by this album is the lyrics are catchy, but the vocals are so level. You know, he's just his vocal delivery on every song is just it totally completes the tune. Sometimes you hear a song and it's like, geez, a little too much or not enough, or
That's good.
but you can hear every like Jerry said, everything is crystal clear on it.
Mm-hmm.
Great production. Check them out, Big Stir Records, of course. Check them out on Bandcamp. They're on Facebook. They've got their own sites. We'll put the links on our show so you can check it all out. But that's Maple Mars with Sleepwalking and off the album Someone's Gotta Listen. So,
And I don't know. I want to do like a little extra plug for Big Stir. If you've not been over to their website,
right.
Just go. Tons of great bands and several that we featured here on the show. But if you say just power pop, it's kind of doing it a disservice. But if you love power pop, definitely go check them out. But it's a little wider than that, and you'll find some really great tunes over there.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the search to check out their site, and you might pleasantly be surprised by some of the things you find there. So, all right, episode 92, we had a riff on our Name That Riff, and pretty simple. Went something like this. And of course, look at Jerry. He knows it. He just doesn't want to admit
No,
it.
I want to say AC/DC, but with Bond in the Bond days. But
no,
yeah, I'm never good at those. When that show Name That Tune was on back in the day,
yeah,
I can't do it.
Well, that was Whitesnake with Slide It In.
Oh,
So,
okay, there we go.
Love that record.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that record.
That was a good record.
No shame in saying it. Absolutely love that record.
Yeah,
Don Sykes, fantastic.
Yes, most definitely. And Coverdale was definitely on his game during that time. Writing good tunes, and even live they were good. They were good. And I don't think they ever really hit superstardom here in the United States. It seems like they were always supporting somebody. They may have had one tour.
Did that really headline? Because
after that big hit,
Here We Go Again, and
Yeah.
Here I Go Again. What was the other one they had? Anything with Tawny Katane in it?
Yeah, there you go. Well, that was the MTV era. That's what took them over the top. But I don't recall seeing the huge Whitesnake tour, year after year after year, even though they've been around forever. But they're big in Europe and everywhere else. Anyways, moving forward with another huge band and a riff that I'll play for you right now. Name that riff. Sound familiar?
Yep.
Yeah, it does. I'll have to.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty. If you're a fan of the genre, you know what that is right away.
I after the show, I'll find an album by that person. Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move right along and get to some new music from Jim. What you got for us this week?
So this week I have the Chords UK, fresh off of their US tour. I was fortunate enough to be able to see them.
Yeah.
The new album is called Big City Dreams, and this is the first single. It's called 21st Century Girl. So drop the needle in the groove there, Frank.
Instagram and Facebook lives. A dance today. Nothing serious, get it straight. No way, she's a 21st century girl. Her time is now. Freedom won't last forever.
All right, there's a Chords UK with 21st Century Girl off of the album Big City Dreams. Okay, that was pretty darn catchy. Took me by surprise. Was
Same
not
here.
expecting that at all. And I was telling the guys while the song was playing, what is that? Those wood blocks, cast. What is that? I love that throughout the song because, again, when a record is well produced, you can get those little nuances that if you're just blasting out chords, you don't hear that kind of stuff. And this had again, layers of guitars. You had your main riff, which was right in your face, and then you had the rhythm guitar that was almost like, you're right, a ska feel to it.
Very ska.
Man, I like that, Jim.
Yeah, very good. I mean, yeah, I agree. It started with that twangy guitar, I like riff, and then it jumped right into that ska, and it's wonderful, Jim. And like Frank said, and we always say, the little wood blocks in the background,
cool.
The little nuances is fantastic. So yeah, well done, Jaime. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, find them on Bandcamp at the Chords UK.
All right. Now, was this a tune that was played when you saw them live, or?
Yes.
I bet you that had the place popping pretty good.
It did. It was interesting seeing them. You could tell that they've been playing like a bunch of dates in the UK, and you could tell they were, 4 nights in on their tour, probably playing the exact same set list because they were tight as a drum.
Yeah.
So good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you got to see them live too. Awesome.
Now, have you had a chance to listen to the rest of this album already?
Oh yeah.
Now, how does this song compare to?
It's different, but I mean the whole album's great.
Yeah, yeah, very good. I really enjoyed that. That was a nice surprise. Not what I expected at all. That's when it's a pleasant surprise. It works out really good that way.
Works good. Yes, it does.
All right.
I was trying to find the quote, but and I'll butcher it here. I think it's Paul Weller said that Chris Pope was the best songwriter in England, or something along those lines. And so,
wow, heavy praise, high praise,
high praise indeed, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when I was talking to Eddie Pillar about it, he said, like, oh, did he mention the fact that because whenever I talk to him, he always mentions the fact that Paul Weller said he was the best. Hey. Like, oh yeah, it's in all his press stuff. But
I'd use it too.
But I mean, but it's rightly so. He's a very, very good songwriter.
Yeah. Well, it certainly showed up on that tune. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
The whole album's great, but find them on Bandcamp. They have vinyl now available of the new record. I believe.
Oh, very good. And that's the Chords UK. Check them out. All right. So on episode 94 coming up, the classic pick will belong to Jerry. And what do you have for us to check out? Asia.
The debut of Asia. And I believe, guys, this is the first time, or back then, 1982, I ever heard the term supergroup.
Oh, really? Okay.
I believe so. Because now they're everywhere. But back then, I tried to think, is that the first time I've ever heard supergroup? I think it may be. So we got King Crimson, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and yes,
something like that.
Members of
UK.
All right. The heat of the moment is the big hit off that record, and I've got that CD around here also. It's another one of those that bought because of that tune, and if I remember correctly, there's a lot of good tunes on there.
Yes, the debut is loaded. Yeah.
All right.
I remember when that album came out, and people were using the word supergroup, right? You're looking at who's in it, and I expected it to be, when you look at the bands involved, right? I expected like this real progressive kind of rock album. It's all very commercial. And I was like,
yeah.
I just need to actually pay the bills for a change.
There you go.
yeah.
All right.
We need some radio hits, guys.
Yeah, that's it. Excuse me.
That is the debut album from Asia.
From Asia. Yep.
1982. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't have a whole lot. I'm pretty worn out today. This heat's getting to me.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the air conditioner. Jim, I don't know how you're doing it, working nights, sleeping during the day. I don't know. That's got to wear on you.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially Mondays, because my weekends are fairly normal, right?
Oh, okay.
But then you got to get back to.
Had to get my daughter to the orthodontist today and whatnot. And basically, I've been running around all day. Now I get to go to work. So.
Now you get to go to work.
Wow.
Wow.
Bless your heart, Jaime. Bless your heart.
All right. Well, Jerry, do you have anything before we say goodnight?
Yeah, folks, it's out there. We got awesome bands: Maple Mars, Fuguers Cove, Chords UK. They're out there, folks, on all these different. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's out there, folks. So thanks for listening. I'm trying to think of it anyway. But yeah, anywho, keep rocking and welcome back, Jaime.
Good to be back. Thank you.
Yes. Always glad to have the core group back. It's good. I really don't have anything. Jim, what about you?
Well, don't believe the conspiracy, folks. The radio conspiracy. There's lots of great music out there. We're here to uncover it for you. I know you want to believe. We're here to uncover it.
We're here to guide you through the various platforms. That's the word, platforms. But it's out there, folks. It's out there. Good stuff.
We got to move this to the front, but
yes, we do. You keep forgetting
because now you're here at the end. Smash the like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a comment down in the section below. Tell us what you loved about today's music. Tell us how you love or hate Asia. Guess on the riff. Get it on there. And just leave nice comments.
Well, I want to see some comments. You know, like I said, I don't mind the negative comments on the show if it's constructive. If it's just to be mean, you know.
Eject.
Yeah, why bother?
Hit the eject button. Yep.
So much time for positivity. Let's do that instead, right?
Yeah, let's be positive. Oh, and email us at the JFJ show. JFJshow@gmail.com. Let us know what you think, folks. Yeah.
There you go.
Let's keep it positive.
All right, Jim, take us home.
Shop is closed.
Oh, I don't know. Right off the bat, Jim, I have to know what's in Jim's fridge.
So this is where you edit because I didn't actually stick it in the fridge.
Okay, not a problem.
I usually get that reminder and then I put it in there. So here we go.
You can fake it and
that's it. At the moment, there's pizza in the fridge.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Should we do that again?
So I just have to know one thing. What's in Jim's fridge?
Let's find out.
Yeah.